lies, deceit, illusion. What do these words mean to you? Perhaps they are things one can easily use as a cover to escape an awkward situation? Or are they a rather cruel method of manipulating people for selfish gain? Whatever the case, each of you will find your own answer. Today, we are going to discuss a character who is fascinating and tragic, yet also a figure that sparks debate and controversy within the fandom. A character defined by manipulation, deceit, and lies. A character who, back when he was the virtue of knowledge, used to share knowledge with everyone. A character whose very nature repels many people. Meet the beloved, unique, and widely known Shadow Milk Cookie. Before we begin, a disclaimer. This video was translated into English using Google Translate. I do not condone the character's actions. I simply think the hate directed at him is unjustified. Yes, I am a Shadow Milk fan. If you have a different opinion, that's fine. I'm not trying to make anyone like him with this video. The comments are open. I'm open to different perspectives and will reply to every comment. A special thanks to @JustAuthor41 for letting me use one of her thumbnail images, and I'm also very grateful for the intro she created for me. You're simply the best. Let's not beat around the bush, let's get started. Point 1. Shadow Milk is a flat villain, devoid of depth and created solely for the money. Let me put it this way. Shadow Milk is a very well-written character. I won't spend much time on this point, as I've already made a video analyzing his lore. Feel free to check it out if you're interested. Point 2. Popularity. Dev Sisters didn't know this character would become so popular. It came as a surprise. It's perfectly fine if you dislike the character because of his popularity. I don't think this is a very strong argument. We have plenty of other popular characters who don't get nearly as much hate as Shadow. Also, back when the first 2 episodes of Beast Yeast were released in 2024, Shadow Milk Cookie wasn't that popular. He was simply seen as one of the game's main villains. Point 3. Shadow Milk is the Dev Sisters' favorite. I agree. But I heard Dev Sisters are struggling with budget issues, so maybe that's why they keep shoving their popular character into everything. Besides, not only one Shadow Milk fall under that argument. Dev Sisters also have their favorites. Pure Vanilla, White Lily, Eternal Sugar, and Silent Salt. I've seen a lot of merch for them too. But I've also seen some hate because Shadow has 4 skins. Yeah, that's true. But look at Pure Vanilla, White Lily, Black Pearl, and Milk Cookie skins, even though he's epic. I find it weird to hate a character just because the developers are making money. They're doing this to stay in the game, and that's fine. I also saw this comment. Why didn't they make a Nether Queen cookie skin? And yes, I agree, it's sad. But then again, they decided to make money with a popular character, but they could have made 2 skins. One for Shadow, one for Nether Queen. But I think they'll make a skin for her later. Just like Sugar Swan. I feel sorry for her. Point 4. He killed all the beasts except Silent Salt. That's misinformation. It was Silent Salt and Dark Enchantress who killed all the beasts. Salt trapped them with his spell, leaving them powerless to stop Dark Enchantress from draining their powers. Shadow Milk, on the other hand, saves his comrades' lives, or rather, imprisons them in his body, because he simply took their remaining soul gem power, and their souls, too. Point 5. Other beasts, cookies aren't getting the attention they deserve. I agree with that. But wait, it seems the Dev Sisters listened to the community. They showed this photo on the stream. You can see Burning Spice's castle here. It looks like they will reveal more information about him. So, Burning Spice fans, rejoice. Also, Mystic Flower fans, I've seen leaks on TikTok. I won't show them, but something interesting awaits us too. Point 6. Instead of Shadow Milk, anyone could have been the villain, and the plot would have been better. Perhaps, but I think Shadow Milk was made the main villain because he wasn't fully developed. In a recent update, we learned that he was the Academy's first headmaster and interacted with White Lily. That was a very interesting plot, in my opinion. Let's imagine that Shadow Milk died, and someone became the villain in his place. Eternal Sugar? She would have made everyone in the timelines happy. But I don't think she would have been right for that role because she has a weakness for Hollyberry, and I don't think she'll leave her alone if she survives. Silent Salt wouldn't have become the new villain, that's obvious. Mystic Flower? Maybe turn all the timelines into flour. But I don't think she'd be suitable either, because her apathy wouldn't allow it, and besides, she'd have to defeat this timeline first. Burning Spice would be suitable, destroying timelines is his style. But for me, Shadow Milk is the better version of the villain, because his intellect is capable of preventing failure. I'm not saying Burning Spice is stupid, he's just obsessed with battle, and I think sooner or later he'll lose precisely because of that passion. Point 7. P-word. Listen, Shadow Milk is the first headmaster. He's not the same headmaster who was there when White Lily and Pure Vanilla were students together. This character and that character are different. Here's the sprite of the first headmaster, Shadow Milk. And besides, Shadow Milk is immortal, just like White Lily and Pure Vanilla, so they can be shipped too. Shadow Milk is just older than White Lily and Pure Vanilla, but these cookies are long-lived. Point 8. The idea of Shadow Milk as the main villain was a last-minute idea. No, in case you didn't know, a plot takes several years to write. And no one will rewrite it at the last minute. Point 9. Shadow Milk fans. This is a very sensitive topic for me as a Shadow Milk fan. Guys, listen, not all Shadow Milk fans are insane. I can use myself as an example. I'm kind of normal. I don't support bullying. If you bully fans, whether Shadow Milk or anyone else, it's not okay. If you see an insane fan, instead of insulting them, simply explain what they did wrong, depending on the situation. If they tell you off, then honestly, I don't care about such people. There's no point in wasting your time. But if this fan does things that are illegal, they can be reported to the police. I just want you to understand. Bullying is bad both online and in real life. Point 10. He was involved in the fall of Solidarity Salt. Not exactly. Why only him? The other beasts were involved too, but indirectly. They all simply unleashed their own virus. Deceit, destruction, sloth, apathy. And then the cookies themselves began spreading it all. These cookies, specifically, are to blame for what happened to Solidarity Salt. If you think this is just Shadow Milk in a different form, you're wrong. It's this cookie, not Shadow Milk. Point 11. His past doesn't justify his reasons for becoming a beast. He had no reason to become one. Let's imagine. You're a fount of knowledge. You've been tasked with answering the cookies questions, which you do. But they ask stupid questions or questions that can't be answered accurately. You try to explain that you can't answer all their questions directly, since, for example, you don't know what happened to their creators. But the cookies think you're lying and decide to attack you. And then you realize you haven't told them the truth, they'll believe rumors over the truth anyway. So you decide to put on your own show. Why play by their rules when they're never going to change, now or ever? I think I've answered that argument. Point 12. The ships, separate topic. So, before this section of this video begins, there will be a spoiler regarding the card for episode 8, Timeline of Fate, so if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this part of the video. I might add a timecode in the edit if I finish talking about this card. So, as you understand, it all started with this tarot card, where fans Pure Lily decided it was canon. And now I'll explain why the ship war simply makes no sense. This card does not signify a canon ship. Here's what it actually means. Main symbols and their meanings: man and woman represent the union of opposites, the balance of masculine and feminine principles, and harmony in relationships. The man is holding a bouquet of roses, symbolizing passion and earthly love. Cupid, Ama, a small angel with a bow hovering above, indicates a divine blessing for the union, the fateful nature of the encounter, and the awakening of feelings. Bright sun, the central element, bathing the scene in light, symbolizes clarity, conscious choice, vitality, and truth. Now, look closely. There is no Cupid and no bouquet of roses on the card. Serpent. A serpent coiled around a tree in the lower right corner alludes to the biblical story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. It symbolizes temptation, earthly passions, and the need to make a conscious moral choice. Moon in the sky balances the sun and indicates hidden motives, intuition, and the subconscious aspects of feelings. In this episode, I think there will be an arc for the pure vanilla character, who will realize he needs to let White Lily go. This card isn't about a romantic union being canon, it's revealing the emotional journey that will unfold in the episode. So, what is the meaning of this ship war? Even if a ship is confirmed in an episode, that doesn't stop you from shipping something else. It's all subjective. It is completely senseless to hate on someone for liking a ship. Everyone has different tastes, and that's okay. If you don't like it, that's okay, but don't hate on the fans of that ship. That's it for my today's video. Thank you for watching to the end. I want to give a huge shout out to @JustAuthor41 again. You were an incredible help in putting this video together. You're amazing. Also, if you'd like to support my channel, follow me on other social media. If you'd like me to analyze another character who also gets a lot of hate, let me know in the comments. Trust me, I really need video ideas. Well, that's all for now. Bye everyone.